Well, class, we are at the last week of school for this semester. It's finals week, so I don't give tests. So, what we'll be doing is having you write one additional post, and that will be it. So, let's take a look at what I'm expecting you to get done for this week. So, please excuse my dogs. I don't know what they're barking at. Anyway, the world of social media is always changing, so you have to keep up with it if you want to keep your business active. Um, Demographics of users have changes, platforms have changed over the year because I think Facebook initially started as a place for or college students to get together and talk about things, interact, and it's now become quite the advertising business. Google is offers so much more stuff now than they used to. There's so many more platforms. Um, the age or the demographics of people have changed, which social platforms are trending. After all, I remember being on MySpace, and who knows what's happened to that. That was many years ago, but very fun. And now, again, it's much more business oriented. People are on social media to find out things, but there's a lot of businesses on there to market their content because it's such a direct to interaction opportunity to your potential customer. So if you reach out to them, they can immediately click on something and shop. So, what I want you to do is by Friday, if you have a real business that you've been working with this semester, use it to think about these posts or these questions. I have some up for just the people who have their own business. Has your use of social media changed? Did what we covered in class make an impact on what you're doing already? Have you added things to it, changed up your thoughts about it? Did you figure out new ways to reach your customers through the research you did? Because remember, you can research and study what people in similar fields are doing and learn what they're doing well and what they need to work on. You can look at your closest competitors and check that out. If you feel uncomfortable with that, it doesn't have to be a business that's right here in town. Look across to another state and find someone who's doing similar work as you are, or marketing in a similar field as you, and see if you can learn from what they're doing well or what they're not doing well so you can get better yourself without expending as much time, trial error time. But for everyone, I want you to discuss also, has your viewpoint of social media changed? Do you have a better understanding of how social media work or can successfully help you develop a business? What were some of the key successes and failures you noticed? I think one thing that most of you mentioned was that you noticed that if a business was consistent with their posting, they generated more engagement. But also if they had well done posts, it helped as well because they were eye-catching or whatever. And if they were tailored more toward the audience that the product or service should be geared towards, then they were more likely to be successful as well. So, and if you have suggestions on things I could cover in future classes, I'd love to hear it. I know that there were a couple of people that um, felt a little bit like they knew more or were not interested in some of the generic content that we covered in class. This is a beginning class, so but it's like I hope it spurred you on to do more research in the areas you were interested in, because that's what ideally you will become more independent and able to do that research and do a better time. So our last official day is Friday, so this post will be due by then, and if you have any late assignments that you haven't turned in yet, um, get them in by then. But if you cannot get them done by then, my grades are due by Wednesday next week. So if you need some extra time, you can have until Tuesday next week. That gives me time to read your posts and grade them. If you do this, I need you to let me know. I mean, I will click through everyone's um, blogs and see if there's more content created, but sometimes I miss things. And if I've missed them already, because at this point I have graded all the homework that I've seen that you've turned in. So if I've missed them, particularly the newsletter, if I missed your newsletter, because I was having issues with my email because Microsoft changed up how they do their emails, and some of them were thrown, I guess, in the spam or something. And because it was new, I could not figure out. Plus, some of my email I'm still not getting. It's shut off like 2 months ago. So I did figure out how to get the class email again, or the school email. But again, if I missed something, if you wrote me posts and I missed that, let me know. Let me know any homework I missed grading. I'm going to go through all the grades section on the on Canvas and add the points in or scores in for completed or not completed work, so you can easily see where you are in the class at this point. So thanks for taking the class and sharing your thoughts. I always learn from you. I hope you learned from me as well. And I enjoy reading your posts because a lot of you are really excellent writers and you have a lot of creative thought going on, and you share that with us or me as well as your classmates. And it makes for a broader learning experience. And so that's it for this last post.